Hi, my name's Trev Hutchings and this is 6 different ways to record electric guitar into Bandlab. The first method is the quickest, easiest and, dare I say it, the cheapest way to record your guitar into Bandlab, and that is to simply use the microphone in your phone and record your guitar unplugged. Now, this setup is quick and easy, but the quality of the recording is most likely not going to be good enough for a published song. So, what do we need? Well, first we need to plug our headphones into the headset socket on your phone. Place your phone reasonably close to your guitar, preferably with the phone's mic pointing towards the guitar. Open Bandlab, create a guitar track, press on the big red record button and start playing. For the second method, we're going to use the microphone in the phone again, but this time we're going to connect the guitar to an amplifier. Now this is going to sound better than trying to record the guitar unplugged, but you will pick up room noise and you will pick up reflections in the recording. So the quality of the recording is going to make it more difficult to mix. So how do we go about doing this? Well, once again, we plug the headphones into the headset socket on your phone. We plug our guitar into our guitar amp. Turn our guitar amp on. Position your phone a reasonable distance away from your guitar amp so that it doesn't over distort or distort at all when recording, and try and position the microphone in the general direction of the amp. Now open Bandlab, create a guitar track, press on the red record button and start playing. For this next method, we're going to use a splitter cable. Splitter cables are quite cheap to buy online, and although there is a small voltage that runs down the mic part of the splitter cable when it's plugged into a phone, I've had this set up running on my guitar quite a few times and I haven't had any problems at all. So what we're first going to do here is plug the headphones into the headphone socket on the splitter cable. Then I'm going to take a 3.5mm cable, this happens to be a stereo one, it doesn't really matter, and plug that into the microphone connector on the splitter cable. Then on the other end of the 35mm cable, I'm going to plug a 35 to 1/4 inch jack adapter plug. So now I can plug this end into my guitar. And with that all plugged in, I can now plug the other end of the splitter cable into the headset socket on my phone. Now just open Bandlab, create a guitar track, press on the red record button and start recording. This next method uses a USB to jack cable. Now this particular cable is from a Rocksmith game for an Xbox, but you can buy USB to jack cables on the internet quite easily from other manufacturers. For this particular one though, if your phone is an Android, you're also going to need an OTG cable, and you're going to need to make sure that your Android phone supports OTG. So to set this one up, we are going to plug once again my headphones into the headset socket on my phone. Then I'm going to plug the jack end of the USB to jack cable into my guitar, and then the USB end is going to connect into the OTG cable, and then the OTG cable plugs into my phone. Now open Bandlab, create a guitar track, press on the red record button and start recording. This next method is more expensive, but it does take the sound up to a more professional level. And for this we're going to use an audio interface. This particular audio interface is a Zoom U22. Now, if you're going to use an audio interface, once again, you are going to need, if you've got an Android phone, an OTG cable, and make sure your phone supports OTG. So, to set this up, we're going to plug our headphones into the headphone socket on the audio interface. We are going to take the audio cable for our guitar lead, plug one end obviously into the guitar, and the other end plugs into the input on the audio interface. Now this particular one, the Zoom U22, has got a specific preamp for guitars in the socket. Next, I'm going to take the USB cable from the audio interface and plug that into the OTG cable. Then I'm going to connect the OTG cable to my phone. Once again, start Bandlab, create a guitar track, press on the record button and start playing your guitar. For this final method, I'm going to use an audio interface again, but this time this is for people who want to record their guitar through a guitar amp. So I'm going to connect my headphones to the audio interface in the headphone socket. I've plugged my guitar into my guitar amp, and then on the guitar amp I'm going to use a 3.5mm cable. I'm going to plug that into the headphone socket on the guitar amp, and I'm going to plug the other end of that 3.5mm into a line in socket on the audio interface. Then I'm going to connect the USB cable from the audio interface to the OTG cable and plug the OTG cable into my phone. Now I can turn on my guitar amp, open Bandlab, create a guitar track, press on the red record button and start playing. If you've enjoyed this video, do give us the thumbs up and click on that subscribe button. Cheers.